So last week you heard how we got to France to start the Tour du Mont Blanc through our unanticipatedly long stretch in Mexico. But today we're talking about hiking once again. We're getting back on the trail, hiking the Tour du Mont Blanc. We discuss a bit about what the trail is, where we started, where it will take you, and our stories from our time hiking the first half of the Tour du Mont Blanc, which is what today's episode covers. We hope you enjoy hearing a little bit about a trek outside of the United States. This one takes place over in France, then Italy, then to Switzerland, and back to France. I'm one of your hosts, Yeti Legs, and you're listening to the Yeti Walks into Base Camp, talking through hiking podcast, a show for hikers, backpackers, thru hikers, tree huggers, and anyone who just loves to walk outside. We're a hiking podcast with a goal to make the outdoors more accessible for all of you by telling stories, sharing information, and having folks on that offer advice, gear, and peace of mind. We also like to talk about environmental, I don't know why I'm doing that, topics, and what's happening on our planet. Knowledge is power, and as lovers of the great outdoors, we want all of us to feel a bit more empowered. This episode is brought to you by Sawyer and Leve Outdoors. You can listen through the episode to win a free Alpha 90 hoodie from Leve Outdoors. Thanks, Cameron, for offering that to our listeners. All right, let's hit the trail. Trail family.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Marie's here.
If you've only been listening for the past month, you probably have no idea who I am. So I'm Base Camp.
She's part of the namesake of the podcast.
Yeah, but I've had a really hard time sitting through interviews and talking through things lately because, I'm pregnant and it's quite difficult to sit when you have been working a full-time job Monday through Friday and in my third trimester now. So So Wesley has been leading the charge and doing interviews and continuing the podcast forward.
I have. So Wesley is Yeti Legs. I'm the other and main host of your podcast here.
Yeah.
Yeti Walks into Base Camp.
Talking through
hiking.
Man, we're rusty.
We're rusty on that. So last week we covered Tour du Mont Blanc, or TMB Part 1, which was really the build-up to how we even got to France to start the Tour du Mont Blanc.
Yes.
And today's episode and next week's episode are going to be the rest of the story, covering basically the trek itself, which wasn't about a 10-day trek for us. I don't have a spreadsheet for this because Marie says that the spreadsheet and spitting out numbers is not as entertaining.
I want you guys to enjoy our stories versus our numbers.
So I don't have any stats for you.
Yeah. It is interesting because when you look at far out, I think it says it's 104 miles, but I think it was 114.
That sounds right.
I don't know, but yeah, but it's one of those where you could do it anywhere between 8 to 14 days. And
you could probably do it in 5 if you were like cranking.
Well, and we had just gotten off of the PCT, and so we could have cranked it out. But to be very honest, it was so magical out there. We wanted to actually enjoy it for once because I feel like on the PCT, like once we got to the Cascades, we had to go because of the fires. So we didn't get to enjoy any of that. And so I think we both just agreed that it would be better to just enjoy this trail and not push out miles, but really enjoy the towns, enjoy the food, do 10-mile days, and it not be, this big, huge push. And also I think too, though, the light, it was October, so the sun was going down about 5 p.m. every day. I think it was coming up at 8 every morning. So it's not like we had 12 hours to hike.
Yeah, it was definitely, it was towards the end of October. We were losing our daylight. It was getting a little bit colder. It's the off season.
And we would sleep in. We would pack up slowly. Like it just was so nice.
Yeah, it really was. It was an enjoyable experience.
So I think we did it in 10 days, and that's with taking a few zeros because you got sick, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, we took a couple zeros in one of the towns because of that. But I mean, we could have done it in 8.
We could have done it in 8.
Yeah.
We did it like the pseudo illegal way. Like we were tent camping and not using the refuges.
But we couldn't use all of them.
No, because they were closed.
Yeah, we did it technically out of season. And so they closed some of the refuge.
Yeah. Right now, I want to tell people what the Tour du Mont Blanc is.
Do it.
Because I feel like that's helpful before just talking about our experience.
Yeah, either you are going to be like, either you are someone that has wanted to do this trail for a long time who's listening, or you could be someone that's like, what is the Tour du Mont Blanc?
All right, this is what the Tour du Mont Blanc is according to Wikipedia. It is the least biased source I could find because a lot of the sites are tour guide sites for Tour du Mont Blanc, and I didn't want to use them. So, Wikipedia. The Tour du Mont Blanc, or TMB, is one of the most popular long-distance walks in Europe. It circles the Mont Blanc Massif, covering a distance of roughly 165 kilometers or 103 miles, with 10 kilometers, 6.2 miles of ascent/descent, and passing through parts of Switzerland, Italy, and France. It is considered one of the classic long-distance hiking trails. The circular route is normally walked in a counterclockwise direction in 9 to 14 days. It is also the route of an annual ultramarathon, the Ultra Trail du Mont Blanc, which covers the entire distance at once with a time limit of 46 hours and 30 minutes.
Is insane.
That is insane.
If you've done it, you're like, holy shit, that's crazy.
Yeah. And so you can pretty much start wherever you want because it is a loop, right? But I think the official start is in this little town called Les Ouches, which is in France. Or you could also start in Chamonix, which is arguably, I would say, the most easy place to access.
Well, you have to take the gondola up and then start up there, though. So it is technically harder.
Yeah, you do have to gondola it up there. So Chamonix is a little ski town in France. Really, really well known. It's like the Breckenridge over there.
But that's where we left off, though. On part 1 was we were in Paris at the Irish pub, waiting for our bus to get us to Chamonix.
Yes, and that's why we chose Chamonix, because it is kind of like the bigger, like easier area to access. And then from there, you can choose your poison. You can figure out if you want to go clockwise, counterclockwise, take the gondola up, whatever you want.
Yeah, and we decided to spend a few days in Chamonix before we started.
Yeah.
Just to like acclimate to the area and figure out what food we needed, enjoy Chamonix for, a minute. And also the hotels were pretty affordable.
Yeah. By this time, I think we mentioned it in the last episode, we're kind of broke.
We're not broke yet. Not yet.
I said kind of.
we started becoming broke, which to a lot of people, broke might mean $1,000. We still had like $15,000 at this point.
But that is everything that we have, and we still have to come back.
All we have.
And get an apartment, put the deposit down.
Get a car.
Get a car. So 15 is a little broke.
Yeah,
right?
But we hadn't felt it yet. I think it was in Italy later that I remember looking at the bank account and going, oh God, I think we need to go home now.
Yeah.
I don't think we were feeling it yet here.
No.
Like we weren't looking at the bank account going, oh God, this is going to hurt.
Yeah. But we established what the trail is. We established kind of like the main starting point. Where we left off in our story was us flying into Paris and like going to some Irish pub.
We went to an Irish pub
because it was raining.
It was raining, and we had dinner there, and we had to wait for our bus, which was going to leave at like 11 p.m. at night.
Oh yeah, painful time.
And it was gonna be a night bus. So we hang out in this Irish pub. We get some beers. We probably got some Guinness or something. I think I got a Magners.
A Magners. Oh, Magners.
It was a Bulmers.
Cider,
a Bulmers.
Bulmers.
Yeah.
Bus takes us to Lyon, which is like this.
Oh, that's right. Lyon.
Lyon might have been a great place, but the bus station was a dump.
It was a wild child.
At least the half that we were at.
Yeah. And there was just so many people there at like 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, but when things started to open up, like there were little shops in the bus station.
So cute.
Like it came to life. And
had le croissants and baguettes and real coffee. The one thing I love about France, and I've been to France a few times in my life, and I told Wesley we should just buy a home there, because the one thing I love about France is even if the bus station feels run down, the food is still amazing. Like, you're still going to get real homemade croissants and like real coffee, like really good coffee.
You might get mugged, but you'll do it. You'll be getting mugged with a really good coffee and breakfast.
It was a little sketchy there for sure. Yeah, we were like watching our bags like hawks.
Yeah. The connecting bus does take you to Chamonix. And it was a really cool drive because we started, I think, in the dark, but then the sun started to come up.
Yeah.
And it's taking you through the French Alps, which is really cool to see.
Gorgeous.
Oh, yeah. And then it's like all of a sudden you appear in this kind of like snapshot in time. It's this little town.
Just magical town.
Yeah, wedged in the French Alps. And it's got all these old looking chalets.
It was so
really
beautiful.
Cute.
Like Chamonix is just one of those places. If you're ever wondering, especially if you like being in the outdoors or backpacking or hiking, honestly, if you're looking for a good vacation, I would say Chamonix. 100% do Chamonix and then do some of the T&B around there.
Yeah.
It's just, and it's accessible. You can get a bus station or like a bus back from somewhere and go back to Chamonix. Like, it's just a place I think that would be an amazing vacation.
Yeah, I kind of just wanted to stay in the town and not actually hike.
I know. When we got there, we were like, wow, this place is nice.
And boy, the food, like she was saying, it's something else.
Oh, gosh.
The restaurants, there's so much cheese.
It was fondue was a big thing there.
Oh, yeah. And there are just entire shops dedicated to cheese and charcuterie meats and fresh baked bread that sell wine.
And really good wine and beer.
Oh, yeah. Take me back.
I know. We should go back there for a vacation.
But we definitely had to like seize the moment when we were there. So we did stay, but we also packed out for our trail food a lot of that charcuterie and cheese and bread. And we absolutely got like
two bottles of wine and put them in smart water.
We did do that. And after a few days in Chamonix, just kind of like walking around the town, like getting a souvenir here and there. I think we got some micro spikes too.
We did, because we weren't 100% sure. We had heard that there might be snow up there somewhere in the higher sections.
Sure.
But we just weren't sure. And we didn't have anything with us. And so we wanted to be safe. Is really what it came down to. Yeah.
So we ended up getting micro spikes from some brands that we had never heard of.
Yeah. In a very bougie outdoor gear store.
Yeah. It seems legit. They knew what they were talking about.
They did. And for those of you who don't know, Mont Blanc actually is a mountaineering mountain.
It is.
So a lot of mountaineers go through Chamonix before they head out to Mont Blanc. And so Chamonix is very set up, and it's a ski town. There's like a huge ski hill right there. It's a ski resort town. It's literally like Breckenridge, but a magical European town. It's kind of how I felt about Chamonix.
And so we left the magical, cute European town with great food to go walk with the cows.
We took a train. Yes, we took a train to Les Houches. And we did start in Les Houches, which is considered the official starting point.
And there's like a little like sign, like we walked through it, like a little gateway sign, you know?
Yep.
Which is
says,
cute.
Welcome to, or Tour Du Mont Blanc or whatever.
But the town was super sleepy.
The town was not awake, except for one little bakery I was so excited about. And I got some baked goods.
But we're doing this like midday. Like it wasn't super early that we were starting.
No, because we didn't do that many miles that day, right?
No, we did like 10 maybe.
Not even, I thought. I of course we don't have this tracked, but we didn't do that many miles that day. I remember it was because it was going to rain that day.
And we didn't expect to see many people out there. So we like, you take the bus to Les Houches, you go through the cute little gateway, and then you're walking through the town, and the town like kind of empties into this little like access road that's kind of grassy and overgrown a little bit. And that's the trail.
It's just there.
It's just like taking you up the mountain.
Up with these cows.
Yeah. And we were like maybe a mile into this thing.
It was steep.
It was super steep. And there was this kid behind us, and he had a backpack on. And on his backpack, he had a grocery bag, and it looked super weighted down.
He had a heavy backpack.
He had a heavy backpack.
Like it looked like an AT backpack.
And we were shocked because we didn't expect anyone to be out there backpacking the T&B. We'd stopped to grab a little bit of water and have a snack, and he actually caught up to us. You know, 30 3-year-old legs versus like 22-year-old legs.
Yeah, he was a kid. He was a kid.
He was a kid. And it was very obviously his first
Baptiste,
backpack.
right? Wasn't that his name? Baptiste?
Yeah. And he introduced himself whenever he was hiking uphill and caught us.
His name is Baptiste.
So he introduces himself and he speaks English well. And I gotta give it to the people of Europe, they all speak English as
very
a second
well.
or third or fourth language.
Lucky SOBs.
And we can't even do the
our
common
fucking
courtesy
country, man.
Yeah.
They think English is God. And so who cares about learning other languages, truly learning other languages.
So thank you, Baptiste, and all the people of Europe for, on the whole, speaking some level of English. We appreciate you.
So that we're not complete idiots in a foreign country.
Yeah. Do you remember anything else about this day?
I remember how steep it was. And then I remember when we went to camp, it was going to rain that night.
Oh, yeah. The gray clouds
we packed up. Not packed up. Whew. Sorry, this kid's like kicking in a weird place. I just remember when we made camp, we found this like really nice, good flat spot right off the trail inside of this like woodsy forest area. Mm-hmm. And I remember
just past like a few little mountain cabins.
It was right before a town.
It was right before a town.
Right before a town. And
but we were in the woods.
Yes, we were in the woods. So we decided to pitch there. We thought because we could have gotten to the town. I remember us talking about it. And we were like, should we go to town?
But that shit would have been all locked up and closed.
Yeah. So we were like, no, let's just pitch it here. And we had like baguettes and cheese and saucisson and wine.
Oh yeah.
So we pitch our tent and we eat outside. And I just remember thinking how cool it was. We were just like drinking a bottle of wine and like just chilling on some bread and cheese. And
some charcuterie meats. And I want to point out too that we still have our big Agnes tent from hiking the PCT. So that was kind of like par for the course at this point. So special. We have a couple of other like things in our packs that are just luxuries because we are kind of traveling abroad at the same time as we're backpacking. And one of those luxuries is we get gotten these ponchos in Mexico.
Yes.
Like these really heavy ponchos.
Wait, did we? That's right. So we had them with us.
Yeah. We were carrying these things. And I'm like, well, damn, if I'm carrying this weight, I might as well wear it. So I remember putting it on that night. And they also doubled for really good little blankets to sit on. But cozy night, it did start to rain on us.
And there were spiders. That is what I remember.
I love that that's what you remember.
Like the rain started to bring out all of these spiders that wanted shelter inside of our tent. And I was not okay with that. I was like, get these spiders out of here.
Yeah. Now we're talking about this trail like it's just another trail. But to put it in perspective, we are in the middle of the French Alps hiking this trail. And
we're not supposed to pitch here either.
We're not supposed to pitch at this location. It took us...
But no one cared. There were people that walked by us and they didn't care.
No, they didn't care. But it took us like thousands and thousands of miles to get here and several plane rides and over a month in Mexico to get here. This is post PCT. And we still have good trail legs, but it's been almost a month since we actually hiked.
Since we've like climbed.
Yeah, climbed and backpacked.
Since we've climbed and backpacked. And so we were feeling it that first day. Like, whoo, these climbs are a little bit more intense than I was thinking.
It's very AT-ish.
Yeah, the climbs were straight the fuck up. Like they were not
There are no switchbacks.
There's no switchbacks at all.
Not really.
No. But I mean, that's what I remember about that day is we started... I remember I got some baked goods.
Baked goods.
I did. I was very excited about, oh my gosh, pastries in Europe are just a totally different level of pastries in the US.
Yeah, they're like good.
They're just like melt in your mouth good.
And don't get me wrong, there are some good pastries out here in the US.
We just have to try
some good
harder.
Bakeries, but you got to like look for them.
You have to look for them and research. There, you can go in any bakery in Europe and know that you're going to get something amazing.
Yeah, a pâtisserie.
Le pâtisserie or boulangerie.
Boulangerie.
You know what we did learn though in France, no one cared that we would wild camp. It was Italy and Switzerland.
Apparently,
the people have something stuck up their ass.
Yeah, the people of France were
mostly Switzerland.
We kind of do it too. So
yeah, Italy was like hit or miss, But Switzerland was where people were so stuck up their ass.
About way more than just the camping.
Yeah, they were. Anyway, we'll get into Switzerland later. I know. I have a chip on my shoulder with Switzerland now.
Boy.
That's what I remember about that day. Do you remember anything else?
That is the extent of what I remember about that day, because all I can think of now is how fucking hard it rained.
That night.
It rained fucking hard that night, and then it let up the next day.
And then it rained again.
And then like 5 minutes after we left camp,
it started pouring again.
Dropped.
And we were like, oh shit.
And we're like hiking downhill on slick rock. But we get to this, like she said, we were kind of close to a town.
We were very close. We were like, within a mile of a town, I think, or
yeah, it actually
something.
Took us to like the back of a neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if they call them neighborhoods there, but
it's like the outskirts of a village.
Yes. And it's raining fucking cats and dogs. So the first house that we see, we go over to it, and they've got like a little awning in front of their garage.
So we went
we went and hung out underneath the awning, and we didn't know if anyone was home or not, but the chickens were home because the chickens
made a lot of noise.
It was funny. They would go inside they were like 15 feet to our right, and they would go inside the chicken coop whenever it was raining. And as soon as it would stop, they'd come right back out and start pecking around. And as soon as the drizzle came back, they go right back in the chicken coop.
Because we couldn't figure out when we should leave or not. Because it was downpouring. Wasn't it lightning? Am I crazy?
Yeah, there was freaking lightning.
There was lightning out there.
Yeah,
and then it would let up for a little bit, but it was still raining. It was still like sprinkling. And then we were like, should we keep going? And then it would start raining again.
Yes, that is what
that
happened.
happened for a good 45 minutes. We're just like ducked under this like a little alcove awning of some random stranger's house. They never came outside. They didn't
run us off like might have happened more here.
Yes,
but they also didn't help us, which is okay if they were there.
Yeah,
you know what? The roof is more than we needed.
That's what we needed in that moment, because we didn't take off we took off our packs to just like wait.
Well, also, if we had kept our packs on, they would have pushed us out into the rain.
Oh, that's right. Because it was so tiny.
Yeah, it was a tiny little spot we were hanging out in.
Yeah.
And the beauty of all this is that this trail, there's basically a town every other day, it feels like.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, which it might be part of the reason why we think it's kind of AT-ish. The AT doesn't have towns every other day, but you can easily do like a 3 to 4 day resupply. And just blow to the next town.
But also the towns, it went through towns.
It went through
That's what
them,
was so nice, I think.
Nice.
It was very luxurious in that way. Like in coming from the PCT to this was like, I mean, I'm trying to think of this was like a spa compared to what we experienced on the PCT.
Dude, it was luxury.
Like the PCT was like a 2-star hotel. The TMB was a 5-star hotel. And I don't mean that the PCT wasn't beautiful, but the trail, especially once you get to Washington State, is insanity. Like you're literally climbing over monster trees. No one cleans that shit up. And I mean, it's just awful. And so this is like a bougie trail, very well maintained.
Yeah.
There's towns everywhere. You can carry real food out there.
Yeah.
So we're having the time of our lives.
It was
comparison.
Great. On the PCT, by the way, you do go through some wilderness area, and you can't take chainsaws out there. So it's all got to be done by hand, and it's hard to do.
And there's no way they're doing that stuff. I mean, these are huge ass trees.
They're some big old honkers.
They're like big as a car.
Like, might as well just leave that one there. That's a fixture now.
They'll just, you know what? Let's just let those hikers climb over it. By this point, they should be fine.
They have the legs of gods.
Unless they're going Sobo, then good luck. Hopefully, if you can make it through Washington Sobo, you can make that whole trail.
You can.
But
meanwhile, our legs are like waning here.
No, we still had our hiker legs. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, you're right. We were actually quite good. We were rolling up in a little town.
We were enjoying it.
On the second day. It's called Le Contamine.
Was Le Contamine's second day?
Whoa, yeah, was it? Was Le Contamine, yeah.
Well, that's right, because it rained most of the day is the thing. That's right, because it was on and off, on and off, on and off. So we decided to get a place to stay that night because we were so fucking wet. I was like, this is bullshit.
We roll into Le Contamine and we're like looking for a place to tap into Wi-Fi and try and find somewhere to stay.
Or it's just somewhere to sleep. And we felt weird about pitching our tent because it was like, what if this town doesn't want you to do that? Should we cowboy camp?
Well,
we
yeah,
didn't know what to do.
And they had a gazebo thing right by the town visitor center, and there were notes and far out where people have like slept.
Totally cowboy camped there.
Yeah. But it was kind of hard to get our bearings at first. So we went into the grocery store
and we got some baguettes.
Some baguettes.
Oh my gosh. And they were fresh out of the oven baguettes.
Fresh baguettes.
From the grocery store. Like this girl, she was just like making like a shit ton of baguettes.
Yeah, at the grocery store.
And they were so fresh. And so we bought like 4 of them, I think, or something, and butter. We just like were pounding some butter and hot baguettes.
And I think I got a bag of pasta to cook and like a tube of
that tomato paste stuff.
I got tomato paste to make like some
all
pasta.
About the pasta and tomato paste on that trail.
Dude, why not?
I know. And then we got some cheese.
And of course, we got like $4 or $5 bottles of wine.
And that's the thing is the caliber of wine there, right? Like your $4 bottle is equivalent to a $20 bottle here.
And we may have had a bottle of wine apiece on that first time.
We probably did.
I'm surprised that we were actually functional.
Because we were burning through so many calories.
We were burning through a lot.
But yeah, and then this is when, so we're just hanging out here, just trying to figure out what we're going to do.
In this village. It's not even a town, it's a village.
It's a cute village. Oh my gosh, this might be one of my favorite places on the trail.
Don't we go and, wait, no, we see him first.
We see
Baptiste first. He shows up out of nowhere.
We run into this kid again. We start really talking to him. Because we're like, what are you doing? Oh my gosh, what trail are you doing?
And he's doing, was it the GR20?
He was doing the GR20. Which
wait, is it the 20?
It's from the top. Yeah, it's wait.
What was the one we did in Corsica?
No. That was the GR20 was Corsica. The GR4 is what he was doing.
I'm going to take your word on that.
Yeah.
The GR4.
It can start in various places depending on where you want to start.
But it's a long point to point.
It's very long. It's a long through hike. And it's like,
yeah, it's
well over 1,000. I think it might be 1,400. But
and GR stands for Grande Randonnée. Randonnée.
Yes. And so he started north of France though.
He did.
He started in like another country. I think it might have been Amsterdam or something, but I don't know. But he was like over halfway, right?
I think he was getting close to his halfway point, if nothing else.
Yeah.
But he was trying to figure out what he was going to do for the night. And I think he ended up just sleeping at the gazebo.
He cowboy camped. They let him. They said he could.
But we went into the visitor center and they have an entire book of town Airbnbs, bed and breakfasts and everything.
And we were really wet. And I was like, listen, we have done this shit on the PCT. We have cowboy camped. We have done things cheap. And this is my trail to be bougie AF. And so I was like, we're getting a damn hotel or something. So in the visitor center, they had like a list of places, but she was saying how most of them were probably closed because it's out of season.
Yeah. But she did call a few for us.
She did.
Sweet girl.
And lo and behold, one of them answered the call.
They answered the call.
Sweet people.
The sweet gal at the visitor center offered to give us a ride after her shift.
Yes. So it was a bed and breakfast. And it was the cutest bed and breakfast. Oh my gosh.
It's worth noting that the gal at the visitor center who drove us to this bed and breakfast, before she got off her shift, it started fucking pouring again. Mm-hmm. So we got a little wet. And then whenever we went to her car, we got more wet. And then whenever we got out of the car to go into the bed and breakfast, we got drenched. Rats. And the sweet host at the bed and breakfast, she almost immediately showed us the boiler room.
Yes, to put all of our wet stuff and gear in.
To put everything to dry off, but we couldn't put it too close because it would have melted or caught fire.
And she spoke a little bit of English, but not a lot.
Yeah. And
I do speak some French. And I was getting it back. I was getting my French legs back.
How do you say you speak some French?
Je parle français un petit peu. It means I speak a little bit of French.
Un petit peu?
Ouais.
Ouais. Cute Airbnb. She lives there with her husband and their son.
Their son.
He's a grown man.
And she apologized because she was like, if I had known, I would have prepared, dinner for you. But like she was trying to explain in broken English how she didn't have enough food for dinner for us.
Which is fine.
But she said she had enough for breakfast because it was a bed and breakfast. And so.
What's a bed and breakfast? Not a bed, dinner, and breakfast.
Right. But it was so sweet. We were like, no, you're fine. And so she, so we had our cute little pasta and tomato sauce.
We sure did.
And I carried on a conversation with her in French, like a little bit of one back and forth. And she even complimented my French. And she said that she could tell that she was like, I couldn't tell if you were French or not because your accent is not there. Like she was saying how a lot of people have accents from other countries that speak French.
Wasn't that nice of her?
It was very sweet, unless she was just being nice.
You might know the name Sawyer when it comes to water filtration. Marie and I have used the Sawyer Squeeze water filter since pretty much when we started backpacking. But did you know they offer far more to hikers than just clean water? Yep. Sawyer also packs bug and sun protection. I'm talking permethrin treatment not only for your clothes and gear that can last up to 6 weeks, which is a long time, but also for your doggos. They also have a picaridin spray or lotion you can directly apply to your skin. It's derived from a natural compound found in the pepper plant, which means less worries for your health and the environment. To keep that beautiful skin protected from UV rays, there's a 30 SPF sunscreen to complete your protection from the elements. Tick season, mosquitoes, biting flies, and long sunny days are in your summer hiking forecast, so why not get out there a bit more prepared? Hike on over to Sawyer.com and plug in the code Yeti Basecamp, all one word. That's YETI BASECAMP to get 20% off of your entire order to get you prepped for the hikes ahead. Thanks, Sawyer. You rock. Le Contamine.
So the room we had was so adorable.
Oh my gosh.
It was so cute.
And it had these like old windows that split in the middle and they open out into the wild.
And you could hear the pitter patter of the rain, and
yeah,
the bed was so comfortable. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
It's one of those places that feels a bit like a hobbit hole.
Yes.
And you
it was
just
cozy.
don't want to leave it.
It was so cozy.
Yeah, like I don't know if our words are adequately describing how cozy it was.
It was like super warm, and it was cold that night. It was really cold that night. And I was like, fuck this. We're not going to spend the night outside tonight.
Which is a good call because it did continue to rain most of the night.
Yeah, and I wanted to just dry all of our stuff out and continue on. And so
I don't think anything monumentous that happened that night. We just showered, ate our cute little bootleg dinner.
Probably had sex.
I actually don't think we did there.
Did we not? Are you sure?
Because it felt kind of small.
Were we scared that they would hear us?
I think
Are
so.
you sure?
I don't know.
I thought we did have sex.
Yeah, there's an opportunity to polish my trekking pole. You know.
Then take it, baby. Take it.
Then you take it.
Yeah, you take it. Take advantage.
There was a village market.
So then that's what I was going to say. The next morning we had breakfast in their cute little bed and breakfast. And then we packed up and we walked back because the sun was out.
Yeah, we just walked out of there and back into town. It wasn't that far of a drive, but in the rain it would have been.
Or did she drive us?
No, she waved us off from her front door.
That's right. She was like,
with her husband
Bonjour,
and son.
Au revoir.
Bonjour, au revoir.
Au revoir.
And whatever happy trails is in French.
The market was adorable. So we got some cheese and charcuterie meat.
Yeah, it's like a farmer's market, but really high in cholesterol because it was a lot of cheese and meat.
And bread. They had really fresh bread.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Dude.
Everything was delicious and so cheap. Like, I think we got out of there and we took a few days of food and it was like 20 euros for everything. And that's including a bottle of wine.
Yeah. Is this where they introduced us to buffet?
No, that was Chamonix. Buffet is what we had in Chamonix because that guy, remember he was walking?
It sounds like a cuss word, but it's a type of cheese.
Buffet.
Buffet.
Yeah, it was that guy in Chamonix. He was, I don't remember how we saw him or ran into him, but we were walking with him and he mentioned something about, he's like, ask them for buffet. It'll change your life.
But yes, shit ton of cheese. fromage.
Fromage and
Shit ton
saucisson.
of saucisson.
And bread and butter.
And bread and butter. And we did pack out some butter.
And wine.
And that was our resupply.
And wine.
Can you imagine taking such a bougie resupply out there instead of ramen and trail mix and Idahoan potatoes, which we can't even tolerate anymore?
Le pain du chocolat. We took some pastries. Yes. Remember we took some pastries for breakfast?
Even the instant coffee here was really good.
Even better. Yeah, it was amazing.
Kind of a magical walk out of town, you know?
It was.
Follows a little creek, and then there's some meadows, and there's an old church. But it was like right at the start of the steep ass climb.
Steep ass climb, when we say steep ass climb.
Yeah, and like the first 50 feet of that climb are on slick, wet rock.
Yeah, and because it's been raining.
And we're not complaining. We're just like painting a picture for you.
Yeah. It'd been raining the day before, the night before. So slick ass rock. And I think it was like a 6-mile climb.
Up to what?
4,500 feet, I think.
I'll let you say what the name of the destination was.
Le Col du Bonhomme. Le Refuge du Col du Bonhomme.
The Refuge du Col du Bonhomme.
Du Bonhomme or something like that.
No, there's a Le Croix.
Le Croix du Col du Bonhomme. Maybe it's the Le Croix du Col du Bonhomme.
It's a refuge on top of a mountain.
Yeah, and that was like our goal for that day. And it's only like 8 miles total. But we were just enjoying our morning. We went to the market. Like, we were just not on a time crunch, you know?
The market, one other thing we should mention is that they had toilets at the market. But if you're an American, you don't know about this, but you got to pop a squat over a hole.
You know, Europeans, they don't have Western toilets in some places.
Yeah.
Like the public restrooms. And I remember I was constipated because it probably had so much cheese.
And so you're literally
I was
like
in there
squatting.
Forever.
Yeah. And the cop was talking to us about it and like the trail up ahead. And we asked him if there was any
painting
snow.
A picture. Yes. And he said no. Well, he said there was one portion past the refuge that did have some snow and to be, just aware of. But he said it was passable.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But this climb, you guys, was so fucking magical. Like
it was pretty magical.
I think it's my favorite climb we did, the entire trail.
You're just saying that because you kept saying bonjour to all these people.
Bonjour.
And they wouldn't think anything whenever you said it because no accent. But when this country ass would say
he goes, bonjour.
That is not.
Bonjour.
I even tried. I was like, bonjour.
No, that's not. Bonjour.
Magical climb, though.
Magical climb. But no, and there was so many people climbing it, too. There's just all these day hikers out there climbing this trail to not even to the top. I think they were like going somewhere close to the top and then they turn around.
But yeah, it's like you're just climbing up a valley through 2 mountains.
Yeah, and there were some switchbacks on this one actually, but
a little bit.
It'd be like straight the fuck up, then a switchback, straight the fuck up, switchback, straight the fuck up. And I just remember we got to this point where, you're in it, like, and you were in the Alpines. It's all around you, and I feel like every turn you make, there's just another gorgeous view of these alpine mountains. It's just every single place I looked, or every time we'd turn a corner, I would just guffaw. Like, I was like, this is insane how beautiful it is out here.
Guffaw means to laugh.
Oh, well, maybe I did. Ha ha.
Well, you were laughing at me because I kept saying, stop it.
Oh my gosh. I've never heard Wesley do this. He's like, stop it. Like, he'd turn around and go, stop it.
This is too beautiful.
Oh
Stop
my God. He just like every 5 minutes. He's like,
keep doing that.
It was really funny. And you just kept taking a lot of pictures. I remember that.
All on my phone though. This was before the camera days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I took a lot of pictures on this trail because it's just so stunning. It's like when you walk into a gorgeous movie and you're just like, whoa, where did they film that? That's how this trail is. It's
a bit unbelievable that you're there.
Yeah, it's just otherworldly. It's magical. Mm-hmm. And the climbs are worth it. Like they're rewards for the climbs is how I feel. And so we're climbing this trail and we finally get to almost the top. Like it's There's like a statue kind of thing.
They've built up a little cairn.
That says Le Croix du Bonhomme or something. Mm-hmm. And there's just this 360
and that
views.
was like kind of in the saddle of the pass.
It was the saddle of the pass. And my gosh, these views. Like it's literally just 360. Yeah. I mean, gorgeous.
And so
Alpine.
Yeah, we're in Alpine, but we're not at like 11,500
It's like
feet.
7,000 probably.
Yeah, different places, different types of terrain. We'd already passed tree line quite a while back.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're up there. We're in the saddle. It's funneling wind.
It's very windy.
It's getting cooler. So the sun's dropping. The wind's starting to pick up a little bit. And you can kind of see like the tip of the refuge, like far off in the distance. So it's, I don't know, maybe a 10, 15 minute ridge walk over to it. You're like, that's where I'm going to sleep tonight.
It was so beautiful
and it's
too.
Just
it's a giant cabin.
Lodge.
Yeah, it's
this
a giant
lodge.
Giant lodge is just looking out over this gorgeous vista.
And it was, so again, these are all closed. And we were hoping that it would have been unlocked or that there would have been like a winter bunker that we could go into to sleep in. Even the refuge was hot that night. There was a couple already in there, and they were like middle-aged couple, and they had like started to get the fireplace going.
They got the wood burn. There's a wood burning stove in there.
And y'all, it was
so cute.
It wasn't just a winter bunker that was unlocked. It was the entire refuge.
It was amazing. Like this place had this cute little area that had dishes. You had to wash the dishes.
They had running water.
That
ran on solar.
Yeah. They didn't have light though, right? Once the sun went down.
I don't think that there were lights, no.
So we had to use, that was fine. We had to use our headlamps.
But they had bunk beds and they had blankets.
And they had tables.
Like, 2 big tables or something.
So we like cooked our food and had our wine at the table. That's right, because we also got pasta.
Yeah.
So we started doing a lot of pasta and sauces out there. You were really on the tomato paste.
Y'all, I would get an entire like glass jar of tomato sauce.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, I did tomato paste a couple, but then I progressed to the glass jar, and I would like double Ziploc baggie, like just raw dog in the sauce.
Literally. And so we cook pasta, do that, and then we put a shit ton of cheese in it. It was so good. And then wine. And I think we both carried out 2 bottles of Smart Water bottles of wine.
I think so, because that's how you do when in France.
When in Europe.
When in Europe.
So that was a great night. We got to know this couple.
Yeah, they spoke English. Go figure.
They spoke English very well, and they were a very active couple that loved to go and hike all over France.
Yeah, they had hiked up from the opposite direction, the direction we were going the next day.
But they wanted to camp up there. And they mentioned to us, they're like, yeah, France is the only place in all of the, they leave it open for ski.
The TMB, yeah.
For ski, cross-country skiing and backcountry skiing.
The whole thing.
That's why they leave the refugees open.
It's pretty sweet.
And so it was pretty cool to know and find out that they did that.
Yeah.
The one thing I remember about this night, though, is that you couldn't lock the door in case someone came in late at night.
Yeah.
And so this damn door, because it was so fucking windy.
Yeah, like the catch wouldn't catch.
Yeah, so it would just open and then slam shut.
And it did that periodically throughout the night. And of course, it wakes you up. Right?
I continually would wake up going, oh, who's there?
Oh, yeah.
But it was cold up there.
It was cold up there, but they had wool blankets for the beds.
They had wool blankets for the beds.
And we had our sleeping bags.
Yeah, and the wood-burning stove was going for a while.
Oh, the wood-burning stove made life better.
Yeah. Well, do you remember anything else about that day? Other than magical waterfalls and glaciers and Alpine?
No, that was kind of it for that day. The next day was the magical glaciers and waterfalls.
That's right. Didn't we see glaciers, though, that day when we were hiking up to the Bonhomme?
Not really.
Oh, why did I think we did?
I don't really remember.
I remember waterfalls. I do remember waterfalls.
I do remember that too. When we were still close to tree line too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no glaciers from that day that I remember.
Okay, so it was the next day. I when we woke up, had that couple already left?
They had already left. Yes.
They were quiet too.
I know, but we were also sleeping in.
We slept in every day. It was nice.
Yeah, we slept in and had like a lazy breakfast.
Coffee, enjoyed the refuge. I mean, we only did like 6 miles that day or something, or 8 miles. We didn't do that many, I don't think.
We had to start pushing miles closer to the end.
It was later on that we're like, we probably should do like a 20.
Yeah. Make up for it.
Yeah.
Even though it's hot outside, the nights can still be a little bit cool, or in some places, even freezing. To cut weight in my pack, I've started carrying clothing that I can wear during the day and in the sleeping bag for warmth while reducing extra ounces. For me, Leve Outdoors hits that sweet spot. With Alpha Direct tops, beanies, and pants, I cozy up in my sleeping bag with my back hurting a tad bit less at the end of every day. Cameron, the founder of Leve Outdoors, offers Alpha 60, 90, and 120 hoodies with different weights and therefore different warmth. But they're all only a handful of ounces. The bigger that Alpha number, by the way, the warmer the layer. He also sews a waterproof jacket weighing around 4 ounces. Let me let that sink in for a second. I know your jaw just dropped a little bit, didn't it? 4 ounces for a rain jacket. Use the code YetiWalks into Basecamp. That's the name of our podcast at leveoutdoorco.com for 10% off Alpha hoodies, sun shirts, and even some new DCF dry bags he's made. But if you don't believe my testimony, then you can try out a free Alpha 90 hoodie for yourself. Tag us at YetiWalks into Basecamp and 2 of your friends on your favorite Leve Outdoors Instagram post. The first one to tag us gets the swag. Thanks, Cameron, for sponsoring the show and for keeping the load on all of our backs a tad bit lighter. When we finally did end up leaving the refuge, we walked on our only snow of the entire trail, and it only lasted for and
it was so cute.
A quarter mile.
It was so cute.
Yes.
I was like being so intense about it because after what we'd experienced on the PCT, I'm like, okay, here comes the snow.
We'd gone and purchased like $150 worth of micro spikes.
Yeah.
For this, and it was literally just this.
It was so cute. We didn't even need our micro spikes at all.
It was so mashed potatoes you can just walk on it.
Yeah, and there were footprints everywhere.
We had lunch by a shepherd.
Loved that.
This is one of your favorite moments from the whole trail, isn't it?
Yes.
So we do finish that snowy part. We switched back down a little bit. We hit a road. It's an old dirt road. And it starts taking you back up into the mountains once you've climbed down, as you do. You go down to go back up. We had lunch. We just stopped and had lunch in this little area with like an old cottage, like some of the foundations still left. And there was sheep poop everywhere, but there were no sheep because the sheep were on the other side of the river.
Yes.
On the other mountain.
Because we could hear these little ding, 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 dings and like, but I was like, where are they? And then you can see just herd of sheep all over the hillside. But then what was so fun about it and so entertaining, we're having lunch and we see these dogs appear out of nowhere and they start herding the sheep. So we see just this
They're actually
wave.
Sheep herding dogs.
Literally. And there was a shepherd too, they were trying to get the sheep into a different area. It was quite magical to watch, just watching them. It was so simple.
I know, right?
So entertaining.
It's the little things in life. You don't need a television or a computer all the time.
No, when you can just watch, sheep dogs herding sheep. It was a lot of sheep too. It was like 100 sheep. I mean, it was not just some small number.
Can you imagine if we had... So after the sheep, we continue on and we get to like an old refuge that is locked up. There's nothing there. And we saw ibex.
Oh my gosh.
And we'll describe ibex, but can you imagine if we had come across 100 of them?
Ibex?
Yeah.
I would have been freaked out. I mean, like, what is this omen?
Ibex look a little demonic, but they're these badass looking ungulates, man. How can you best describe them?
I loved this day as well. So a lot of times I think when people refer to like Lucifer or Satan and Lucifer has like these 2 horns that go back.
It's either an ibex or a mountain goat.
It looks like an ibex to me. And so we were hiking. So we're close to Italy at this point. I just remember we climbed. So we went down and we climb and we're seeing a ton of glaciers, just all these beautiful glaciers to our left, right? Mm-hmm. Weren't they on our left?
The glaciers were on our left next to like a really large refuge. And we had passed I guess it was technically a refuge, but it looked like a big metal building and it wasn't that large.
It looked like an old one that maybe they used to have and use, but they don't use it anymore.
Yeah.
And that's where we ran into the ibex.
Yes. I remember that.
And they were just staring at us. Wasn't it 3 of them or something?
Yeah. And they were coming out of like some old derelicts.
Yes. It was an old abandoned refuge probably, but they were all hanging out there. That was probably their home.
And they're these really intimidating, large horned,
terrifying
freaking ungulates, man.
I mean, they definitely put the fear of God in you when you see them. You're like, okay, I don't want to mess with you.
But like most wildlife, it's more afraid of you than vice versa.
Yeah. I mean, they really just stared at us. They stared at us for a while though.
And then a few more came out and they stared at us.
Yeah. And then we kept hiking and they didn't care.
They didn't follow us.
Didn't we see those other things that day?
We didn't see the chamois. We saw them the next morning.
Oh, okay. The chamois. Because I was like, I feel like we saw the chamois and the ibex close to each other.
Now, after the ibex, I walked up. So we're at like the old farm or whatever. It's kind of broken down where the ibex are. And there is an actual refuge further uphill.
There is. And man, that one looks so freaking nice.
And I did go up and explore and every door was locked.
Locked because we're in Italy at this point.
Which is okay. But, to compensate me for my grief and the time I spent to walk uphill to check, there was a 20 € bill just like sitting on the side of the trail.
Yes.
So I very happily took that and knew that it would get us at least 2.5 house carafes of wine in Italy.
Hell yes. Hell yes.
But yeah, Italy was a little bit tighter on the refuges.
Yeah, they didn't
France.
They didn't have open refuges, and also they're pretty strict on their camping policy, like wild camping. So I was personally more paranoid in Italy.
As you are.
As I was. And I just remember though, we hiked, I mean, again, otherworldly, like these glaciers, which is so devastating though. These glaciers are melting at such a rapid rate. And global warming, I just can't wrap my head around how people don't think global warming is real. Because when you go to a place like that and you see the glaciers actually melting that quickly, how do you not believe global warming is real? Like, it just blows my mind.
The new argument that I've started to see from climate change deniers is that, climate change is a natural occurrence. It's happened for millions and millions of years. Like, yeah, it is a natural occurrence. It's just what happens, but not at the rate we are seeing.
But most people, though, that don't believe that are climate change deniers are typically evangelical Christians who do not believe in millions of years.
That is also true.
They believe in thousands. And so anyway.
Let's not go down that rabbit hole.
I digress. But the glaciers were sadly melting at a rapid rate. And you could tell because of the separation of like where it was no longer there.
You can see where the glacier originally was and slid.
Yeah.
And then it's just like this giant regression uphill towards higher elevation where it's still colder.
Yeah.
And that's what is happening to them.
Way.
Yeah, you can kind of think of a glacier as a living thing because it moves constantly. And when it's gone, it's gone. It can die, even though it is comprised of water. So,
which is cool.
I like to anthropomorphize some things, and glaciers are one of them.
I love that.
I know. Our campsite that night was,
oh my gosh, the most magical of them all.
You could look out of your vestibule and see a glacier.
It was like 2 or 3 glaciers.
And you could hear the water
waterfalls.
just like gushing in the back.
There was this massive waterfall by one of the glaciers.
Yeah.
And there's just green grass everywhere, birds, flowers. Like, it's just gorgeous.
Yeah. And we had putzed around for a good 30 minutes trying to find a campsite.
We couldn't, because I was so paranoid. Because I was like,
we wanted to stay out of like easy line of sight.
Yeah. And this was also, there was a road. We were about to hike on a road. So it looked like someone could drive a car up here. And so I was like, I don't want anyone to be able to see us. And so we looked around for a while until we found this a cozy spot in the middle of like all these shrubs. Mm-hmm. And oh my gosh.
Close to a creek. Because we were easy to, like, we could go easily pull some water.
Yeah. And I just remember we had dinner as we watched the sunset, and it was a gorgeous sunset.
It's so magical.
As we listened to this waterfall in the distance by the glacier, and you can see the glacier. And I mean, life doesn't get better than that.
It was pretty sweet.
Like, that was one of those moments, you just We should take our son there. Like
He'd like it.
Yeah. I think we should
But
do
only
the
in
T&B.
the off season.
We should do the T&B with him.
In the off season.
Yeah. Only in the off season.
Because otherwise
It's not as magical.
It's not as magical.
No, there's too many people there, and you have to camp in the refugees.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that night, do you remember anything else about that day?
I don't even remember what we ate that night. I just remember enjoying the views and like chilling in the tent, and it got a little brisk.
It did get cold that night.
And the next morning was even colder, actually. I remember
it was frost. Wasn't there like frost on the ground?
Yeah, there was frost everywhere, and we had most of our layers on.
Yeah. We were fucking cold that morning.
Yeah,
I
took
do
pictures
remember that.
of you. You had like your poncho on.
Yeah.
And the beanies went on. But it was kind of nice that it was cold anyways, because we were climbing out of that like glacial recession and up into Italy.
Yeah. We were already in Italy though.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we were climbing up into
close to Cumaeo.
Yeah. But we had to get past the like resort area first. And as you know, ski resorts are up higher. So we had to climb up to it. And that is where we saw our chamois.
And they were running fast, baby.
They're like kind of chubby looking goat deer.
With goat deer.
That's little short horns.
Yeah, they are goat deers. They kind of remind me of antelopes.
They're skittish and they're really fast.
They were so fast. Like,
they
saw us and they took off. And 2 seconds later, you couldn't even see them anymore.
Yeah, you're like, how can something that tubby go that quickly? Defies the laws of physics.
How many were there? There weren't that many.
No,
but
we saw like one or two, and then we saw another pair, and that was it.
Yeah.
But after that, it was pretty much the I don't know what resort it was, but it was the resort before you get to Cumaeo.
Resort. Yeah.
And there was a shelter up there as well.
And we thought about camping in it.
But we thought about
because
camping
it was open. It was open.
And it had a really nice big bed.
But it gave me the creeps, I think.
Why?
I don't remember. I didn't go in and look at it though, did I?
It was either camp in that refuge or go down into town and pay, which is what we opted
wanted to go into town.
Because you're bougie as shit.
I know.
Yeah.
Listen, I can get in the dirt and be gross and stinky, but I'm also very bougie.
We got lost going down.
We got lost. That's what I was going to say is we got lost at the ski resort.
We lose the trail somewhere.
We cannot find the trail at all. We're like, where the fuck is the trail?
And we end up hiking behind. If you've ever been to a mountain town, you'll see these giant like metal fences next to the rock faces. That way, in case there's a rock fall, it catches them and it doesn't like destroy anything.
Somehow we ended up on that trail.
We ended up behind it. I don't know how.
I don't know what happened.
But I'm like, what? This can't be the actual trail.
And then we pulled up our maps and we were way off.
Yeah, and it takes you down some ankle breaking descent.
So we went down some ankle breaking descent. It was so painful.
And it's the actual trail. So we're wondering how ultra runners run down it.
Dude, that was a painful downhill.
That was probably the most painful downhill we've ever done.
Yeah, it was like, oh my God, like everything. My quads hurt so bad after that one.
Like switchbacks, anyone? Bueller?
No switchbacks, just straight the fuck down.
Straight down.
Like I can't imagine climbing up this motherfucker.
It would probably have been much more pleasant.
Probably, because then, my quads and my calves wouldn't have hurt so much.
The uphills are nicer.
That's true.
The ankle breaking, knee jarring downhill that takes you to the cute little village
Cumaeo.
of Cumaeo.
So we got into Cumaeo. It was before the sun went down. So I don't remember though how we got our hotel.
Oh, I have stories to tell about this. We putzed around town, which I will tell you and everyone else in the next episode next week.
So enjoy. I hope you enjoyed this episode where we talked about starting our TMB trek, starting in Les Ouches,
which is in France.
And then we got to Les Contamines, and then we got to Cumaeo,
which we will pick up there next week on the next installment of the Tour Du Mont Blanc tale.
We hope you enjoyed.
Yeah, thanks for listening. You can always shoot us an email at YetiWalksInTheBaseGroup@gmail.com to let us know if you like this story or if there's some other stuff you want to hear.
We also have the Colorado Trail and the Arizona Trail that we need to tell at some point.
To still talk about.
Stay tuned with those. And thank you so much to our editors for editing this episode. And thank you so much to the Fire Once Lost. We are so appreciative that you let us use your soundtrack called The Appalachian Trail
for our intro and outro music.
And thank you so much to our listeners who listen to our podcast. We greatly appreciate each and every one of you.
Yep. And it always helps if you go back and listen to old episodes and just run your player through them. You know, the longer that run time, the more listens and downloads, the better it is for us. So we appreciate it.
And please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions for us about the TMB, or you plan on wanting to do the TMB, we would love to talk about it with you. And any pointers we have, any like FYIs that we experience, we'd love to tell you. So yeah, you can reach out to us.
Happy to do that.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you're out there hiking the PCT, CDT, or if you're in Europe bouging it up with some ibex.
Hell yeah.
Or even on your cute dog walk in the morning. Because at the end of the day, we're all just outside walking. Just wanted to let you know that here at our show, Yeti Walks into Base Camp, we don't use AI for anything. AI has detrimental impacts on our environment, and we just don't want any part of it. So just know that when you're listening to our episodes, each one is hand edited by our team with talent and integrity. Thanks for listening.